Hello, my name is Linus and I am actually wearing a headband because I have nowhere to go today, so I didn't want to put my hair up, but I wanted to make a video because I haven't in so long, and therefore I'm just like, I get for some reason a lot of requests to make videos with my hair down, but here's a video with me in a headband if you have that as a weird niche. Today I wanted to answer an email I got that came from a person who wants to be anonymous. I am going to refer to her as Douglas, I guess, and I'm going to paraphrase her email and I'm going to respond to it. It's about her liking a guy who she thinks has Asperger's. She wants to know if the guy has Asperger's and also if the guy likes her. So first of all, I'm gonna have to read this off a piece of paper because I don't actually have any tables or anything or setups. First of all, this woman has an 8-year-old daughter with PDD NOS diagnosis, which is, it's not, from what I understand, it's not Asperger's, but it's something like Asperger's. Correct me if I'm wrong though, because I'm not sure, I don't know terribly much about other diagnoses other than Asperger's, which is going to be a problem because they basically removed Asperger's from the diagnosis spectrum. Anyway, she has a daughter with high functioning disabilities. It's an oxymoron. And the way she talks about stuff in the mail, it's very obvious that she knows about Asperger's and she knows about social disabilities and other things because she's reading up on it, I'm assuming. That's a first of all, again. Second, first of all, that's a very good thing that you're a parent and you're reading up on something that your kid has. You're trying to learn more about it because the misunderstandings about Asperger's are many, and the more people who know more about it, the less misunderstandings are going to happen. So first of all, kudos to that. So second of all, she has been meeting this guy, if you can say meeting, in the gym. For about a year, she has been, going to the gym. He's been going to the gym, and the reason why she even noticed him is because apparently he's been, checking her out, quote unquote, which I guess is a thing that happens in a gym. I don't know. By the way, don't let that fool you. People with Asperger's can be very physical and they can go to gyms and stuff, so that has nothing to do with Asperger's. Even though people with Asperger's normally are bad at hand-eye coordination, that doesn't mean they have to be. She's been seeing this guy and he's been, checking her out and she's been checking him out, right? That's the first step to flirting, I suppose. And she's been trying to start up the conversation, take the first step by saying hello to him when they walk by and smiling at him. And apparently he smiles back with a very awkward smile. She brings up how it took a long time before she managed to get a proper smile from him, which she describes as involving teeth, which always confused me because, like, a smile, those ads on TV when they're selling toothpaste and it's like someone is like they haven't brushed their teeth in a while or they have yellow teeth and they're like going to a meeting and they're like, hey, and it's like, oh, are you ashamed of your yellow teeth? Try this toothpaste. All I can think about is I don't really smile with my teeth unless I see something really genuinely funny. If I giggle, if I just am at home and I'm not paying attention. If I'm out in public, especially if I'm with people I don't know, if when I went to school, if I was just talking to people, if they made me smile, it was always like because I'm not quite sure, I'm not sure what they want. Smiling to people just from saying hello is something that is completely foreign to me. The concept of walking up to someone and being like, oh, hello, I'm happy to see you, random person. I could say hello, but I don't think I would really smile at people per se. So, judging from that, my own experience, if a guy, let's pretend he has Asperger's, if the guy has Asperger's, he's going to have to force a smile, which is why his smile might look a bit forced. And if it looked better after a while, when he started smiling with his teeth, then I guess maybe he's getting used to it. She's been trying to start up conversations. The guy responds with short answers and he doesn't ask counter questions. That is, to me, a very typical thing of Asperger's. The fact that when someone asks me a question, I have to answer it. I don't care how personal or stupid it is. I answer questions because it's a question. It's like my OCD can't let me not answer a question. I just have to, it's like a line of dialogue that I have to complete. And that might make me sound like I'm actually interested in talking. However, that doesn't mean I counter question people. And that's been a thing that always messed me up back in the day when I was actually trying to find a mate. Because I was trying to start up conversations with girls and I failed because I didn't care about them. I didn't actually, I might think someone is a nice person and I might, might want to talk to them. I might be interested in someone, but I don't really give a shit about how your day is, kind of thing. I don't want to ask you how your day was. I don't want to know where you bought that blouse, kind of things. Like, small talk is completely uninteresting to me. If she asked me a question that was small talk, I would just answer it and then I wouldn't know what to say because I can't follow up to a question that is, by its very nature, not really necessary because it's small talk. If, however, she walked up to me and asked something very specific about something, like if she has started up a conversation about video games, I would be all over that and, start ranting about it because I'm interested in that topic, for example. She would bring up something that I'm interested in, I would talk more. However, I don't think I would actually ask her any questions back. I might start ranting and then go like, why do you ask? Do you like video games? Which is a misleading thing, right? Because I might be interested in her and I might want to show that, but it's not coming through in the way that I'm holding the conversation. And the way you describe this guy, it does sound very similar. So she brings that up and she says that normally if people would be that abrupt, she would think that they don't like her or that they don't want to talk to her. But the guy apparently always is looking at her behind, when he thinks she's not looking, kind of thing. Sometimes apparently on the street he kind of walks up and stares at her, which is how she describes it. He's just paused and just watched me walk past. That sounds really creepy. If he just walks up to you on the street and just starts staring at you, I'm sure that's paraphrasing and that's not really what happens. But again, that's an awkward social behavior that if he has Asperger's, it would be explained by the fact that he has Asperger's. It could mean that he's an awkward person, I guess. It doesn't have to mean Asperger's per se. Being awkward doesn't mean you have Asperger's and vice versa, right? And the fact that he keeps staring at you can only really mean three things, if you ask me. One, it can just happen, and he started staring at you he looked at you for whatever reason. You looked back at him. And he saw that, and now you're stuck in this weird loop where he's always wondering why you're looking at him. That's actually happened to me before, where I'm looking at someone, and then they see me looking, and then I look away, and then every time I look back, they're checking to see if I'm looking, at the same time that I'm looking, and I can't really ignore it because I have Asperger's. I can't really just be whatever and ignore it, so I just keep looking back, and it just turns into some weird stare contest where neither partner is actually interested in looking at the other person. Has happened, just saying. That's a possibility. The second possibility is that you're fine. You're at the gym and he might like looking at you. That's a good thing. That's a compliment. I wouldn't mind that. That's, hell. That's why you go to the gym, to look better, I guess. The third option is that he genuinely is interested in you but doesn't have the social capabilities or guts even to walk up to you and start a conversation. Or he might be like me, where he might be like, oh, that's a nice girl, I am interested, and then he just doesn't go any further because his animal instincts don't take over. His social instincts of maybe I should go and talk to her doesn't start. And even if you start talking to him, it doesn't kick in. The social instincts don't just kick in where he continues the conversation, even though he wouldn't mind if it happened. In that case, there's only really one thing to do, and that is to force him into a conversation. Which is, kind of tricky to do because you don't want to force him too hard. But the trick to talking to an Aspie who is so awkward that he doesn't like talking is to talk to him anyway. Just talk to him, kind of thing. He will answer your questions, and he might enjoy the fact that you're showing interest, and he might enjoy the company. He might, however, want to be left alone, and you're just gonna have to judge that on him. And that's the answer to question 1, or not question, like scenario 1 and 2 as well as 3. If you just walk up and talk to him more, and actually try to just keep talking to him, even if there's awkward silences, you'll notice if he wants you there or not. And that's basically how you can tell if a person likes you, because other than walking up and asking him straight to his face, which is a good possibility, although nobody ever follows my advice on that, so I'm trying to not give it as advice. Other than just walking up and talking to him and asking him, do you like me, you should just keep talking to him. So, because of the fact that the guy hasn't been showing her any interest, she has kind of given up. And after a year of trying, she has started, being like whatever, and just going to the gym without saying hello to him and such. And he's been acting as if he doesn't like it, but he hasn't actually started a conversation with her. That tactic isn't going to work on any guy, by the way, because we can't read minds, and if you stop talking to us, we're just going to be like, I guess he doesn't like me anymore. That might sound mean or something, you might think that tactic should work, but it doesn't work. Unless you are showing interest, he will just assume you have no interest, especially if he's has a bad self-esteem, and he's just like, why would you like me anyway? Hell, if scenario 2 is true and you're fine, then the reason why he's not talking to you might be because he thinks he doesn't have anything to give you, kind of thing. So the question, does he have Asperger's? From what you tell me, he might. I'm not going to say he does, because that would be silly. But he's acting very socially awkward about it. So yeah, he might have Asperger's. Here's the thing though, does it really matter? I guess it does matter, because if he doesn't have Asperger's, then the way he's acting kind of implies he doesn't like you. If he has Asperger's, it kind of implies that he might like you, but you might have to break through his Asperger's before he can admit it. So on the follow-up question of what should I do about this guy, how do I get him to notice me? How do you get any guy to notice you? You walk up and talk to them, kind of thing. I know that might be difficult for a girl, because normally the guy is supposed to walk up to the girl. But if you have Asperger's, that's not a thing that really happens that often. I don't even think there's many Aspie couples in the world, because neither the girl nor the guy are going to start talking to the other person. Once you do, though, the conversation is very fluent and rich. Once you break past that awkward zone, when you make the Aspie feel comfortable. Me and my girlfriend talk non-stop, and she's actually helped me getting more out there and social by training me to just use my voice. If you are interested, don't give up. It's as simple as that. And how to do it? Well, just talk to him. Bring up, do you have Asperger's? If he doesn't know, give him a short list of things that might explain why he has Asperger's. if someone walked up to me before I knew about Asperger's and said, "Hey, I think you have Asperger's because you like blah 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 blah, blah, eye contact, blah, 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 blah," I would be like, "Holy shit, that sounds just like me. I'm extremely interested in this." If I had Asperger's, I would be like, "Why, yes, I do." And blah, 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 blah. How that's a good icebreaker because it's an intimate topic you can bring up that isn't overly confusing. So that's my opinion on that. However, if you bring something up and he keeps just ignoring you with awkward silences, like for real, like you really try and you keep failing, like you try and you keep failing, then maybe you're not compatible. Anyway, this video is getting a bit long. I'm gonna stop this video now. I hope that helped you. If anyone else has any questions or opinions, send me a mail. However, I would appreciate it if you write in the mail if it's okay that I make a video response, so I can make a video response like this. I'll keep you anonymous, obviously, unless the fact that I actually explained the situation made it non-anonymous. But I still think it's anonymous because I said her name was Douglas. Right, so give me a thumb up because it helps me grow. And if you want more videos, they're gonna, I'm pointing over there, they're gonna be at the end of the video. So, okay, bye. Bye.
Flamengo, minha paixão, minha paixão. Mengão, minha paixão.